The Cannabis Show is for information only. Nothing contained in the show is intended to constitute professional advice for medical diagnosis or treatment. We do not claim this information to be complete or exhaustive or to be applicable to any particular individual's medical condition. You should always consult with a qualified and licensed physician or other medical care provider.
Welcome, and on this episode of The Cannabis Show, vape or oil? We'll find out more with You Can Ask Us Anything. AK-47, a machine gun? Yes. A cannabis strain? Yes. And also, Kait has cooked us up something delicious, and we'll find out more with Kait's Kitchen.
Humeu Lean has a boiling point of 198 degrees Celsius, 388 degrees Fahrenheit. Common hops, or Humulus lupulus, is where this terpene derives its name. Humulene often naturally occurs alongside caryophyllene. Pine trees, orange orchards, and tobacco fields are just a few examples of proven humulene emitters into the atmosphere. Humulene, like its relative caryophyllene, is a powerful anti-inflammatory. It displays anti-cancerous properties and is often used as an analgesic. If you've been searching for strains rich in the cannabinoid THCV because you have heard of its appetite-suppressing abilities and have been without luck, you may want to give strains high in Humulene a try instead. For larger amounts of Humulene, look to strains like Headband, White Widow, and Girl Scout cookies.
Hi, and welcome to Kait's Kitchen. Are you wanting to try edibles, but really don't know where to start? Maybe you're not in a position to make your own oils or butters with your dried cannabis. Maybe that's something you'd like to try, but you want something easy and yummy to try first where you're fairly sure of the dosage amounts. Enter Retreat. It's a Calgary company that's just launching, and you can buy from them online starting in June. If you join their mailing list, you'll even get a discount code. They were at the expo recently, and I sampled their wares. Double chocolate midnight brownie, peanut butter oat squares, rosemary sea salt chocolate chip squares, to name a few. All $10, all delicious, all non-GMO, gluten and dairy-free, and vegan. I made a batch this morning. Yes, I did. All you need is a wooden spoon, a mixing bowl, a measuring cup for your coconut oil, and of course you need your oil from your licensed producer. I used about 2.5 milliliters in the recipe of the Metrum Sativa. It has about 25 milligrams of THC per milliliter. So you mix it well, you put it in the fridge to cool for 7 minutes, and then you put it in a baking pan and bake it for 14 minutes at 350. And if you cut them into 12 equal squares, they all contain about 5 milligrams of THC, and they're delicious.
Do you want to be on The Cannabis Show? Have you had success with medical cannabis? We want to hear from you. We're looking for patients to come on the show and share their story. If that's you, please email The Cannabis Show at naturalhealthservices.ca. What does a cannabis strain that makes you feel euphoric and happy have in common with a Soviet machine gun? Well, the name, and that's about it. With a name like AK-47, one would think the strain would be used to get oneself aggressive or ill-tempered, but that's not the case at all. AK-47 is actually known for its creative and energizing effects while also giving off a relaxing feel. Derived from Mexican, Thai, Afghani, and Colombian varieties, sources say that the AK-47 has been around since the early 1920s. However, the name itself came along in the 1990s. Well, for the strain anyway. The machine gun was back in the 40s. AK-47 is a pleasure not just for its easy-to-grow attributes, but also for the product itself, as this strain has won international awards, including the Cannabis Cup.
We got the Charlottetown Sunrise. It's AK-47 from Canada's Island Garden.
Nice, yeah. AK-47 is probably a well-known strain. It's when you look to the closet of high regarded cannabis, AK-47 is always right there. In fact, I think AK was one of the first name strains I ever tried. for sure. And this is a really decent example of AK-47.
Totally. You know, Canada's Island Garden, they're fairly new. They're getting things dialed in, but yeah, they're coming around. They've got, I think, a great future ahead of them.
Yeah, absolutely. I also just know, like AK-47, it's pretty easy to grow. So if anybody's looking to start some ACMPR papers for personal grow, it might be one you wanted to look at.
Yeah, something I really liked about this strain is that I think it would be a great daily driver. Something that if you need some pain relief at work, it felt like it kind of filled me up 3/4 of the way, kind of thing. Like you know, most of the way up my spine, but didn't quite take over the head. So I could see using this throughout the day.
Yeah, for me, I got more of a sativa effect on it, but yeah, I would agree with you on that. It'd be a good daily driver.
Yeah, it's Charlottetown Sunrise.
Nice.
You can ask us anything. And with us today, we have Hart and Basil, as always, and they like to answer your questions. If you'd like to get a question into us, you can do so by emailing the Cannabis Show at naturalhealthservices.ca. Today's question, guys, is from Laura. And she says, hi, I have a few questions about the difference between using the vaporizer and CBD oil under the tongue. Can these both be used together or either one or the other? Before I order, I was wondering about using the vaporizer for immediate relief first thing in the morning and then use the other method while at work. I'm so new to this that I really don't know the protocols. Thanks for your help. Again, thank you, Laura. What do you guys got?
Yeah, I mean, in my opinion, that's the best case scenario, and I think you answered your own question. Ideally, the ideal situation is you want to be using that oil on a daily regime type basis. So you're using it every single day.
Yeah, and exactly as they said in the question, use that vaporizer for acute pain when you wake up in the morning right away. That's what's going to give you the relief the fastest.
Yeah, the vape is right away. It's almost instant.
Yeah,
and then the oil takes a little bit of time.
Hour and a half to.
That's right. So ideally, you're kind of going back to back with your doses throughout the day and kind of covering your whole day with that oil.
Yeah. That's excellent. Thank you very much, guys. Thank you, Laura. Again, if you got a question for You Can Ask Us Anything, email your question to thecannabisshow@naturalhealthservices.ca.